If you're a practice owner who really loves word of mouth referrals because they are so much easier and more likely to convert into cash pay patients, then listen up, because in this video, I'm going to share with you a few tactics that will help you to at least double the amount of word of mouth referrals that you are getting for your practice. And importantly, without that awkward, often uncomfortable direct ask of your clients to send others your way. Hi, my name is Jared Carter. I'm a physical therapist, a cash-based practice owner, and the creator of the Cash Pay Profit Formula. I help colleagues just like you to create their own cash-based concierge or out-of-network practice so you can end reliance on greedy insurance companies, provide a level of care you are ultimately proud of, and regain the control over your profits and your future. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, because I put out episodes all the time like this, and they always have a free resource designed to help you get results faster. Anytime I can make something templated or plug and play for you, I do it. And the free resource in this episode is the exact email template that I've been using for years and years in my practice that goes out on an automated basis to ask for word of mouth referrals. And this email, I can tell you, is responsible for tens of thousands of dollars in referrals and business for my practice, and it's been on autopilot for over a decade. You can download that exact email at drjaredcarter.com/episode 22. Okay, let's dive in. Now, some practice owners and clinicians have no problem asking their clients and patients, hey, can you think of anyone else that could use my services? I would really appreciate you sending them my way. And that's fine and good. But for those who are not super comfortable with that, like myself, I've come up with a less direct ask. And so let's say I'm treating a patient and they're on the table and we're just talking about their family, and they talk about they've got, 2 kids who are teenagers. Okay, great. Are they involved in any sports or extracurriculars? Okay, one of them plays football. How's the team holding up this year? How are they doing? And if they don't mention injuries, you might say, how are they doing when it comes to injuries this year? Oh yeah, actually our star, quarterback just hurt his shoulder. And it's like, yeah, I was just sitting next to his dad at practice and he's on the sideline or whatever. It's like, you get them to kind of work their way in the conversation to someone that might need your services. So you can think about your niche, your type of healthcare, whatever you practice, and how you might lead others, on your table or however you're treating them, to think of others and actually bring them up. And then when you do bring them up, it's not as much of it's your idea and you're just kind of blindsiding them with it. It's more of an indirect, skillful ask the way I call it. And I also like to add a few layers of how they can refer them your way to match with their comfort level. So the best thing to do is, if you can get the contact information of that prospective patient and reach out to them directly and the ball's in your court, that's the best. But of course, that's not always something people are going to be comfortable with. So you can say, well, if they've mentioned somebody that could use your services, let's go back to the analogy of the football player, of their friend's son who's hurt. You could say, I'm sure we could help. There's a few ways that you could connect them with us. We, of course, like to reach out to people directly if we can. If you feel like they'd be okay with us having their contact info and we can reach out to them. If that's not okay, of course, no problem. I do have these free consultation cards, or you could say like a discount card, like 10% off if you want to hand this to them. They can just call and say that you send them our way and that you've got a card and they can get a nice discount on their first visit. Or again, you could use it just as hey, we do these free consultations on a case-by-case basis, depending on your practice, if you're not already doing those. And then the final thing is, if they don't feel comfortable with either of those, maybe it's someone that they're not super close with, or for whatever reason, you can say, look, we also have this great web page set up with, a handful of free reports and things that help educate prospective patients on what they're dealing with, so they can at least get some helpful information. Why don't you just give them this card, or I'll text you the link and you can forward it to them, or, I can email you the link. What do you think's best? So there's kind of 3 ways. It's like getting their contact information and reaching out directly, which is great. Having them reach out to you because you've given them a discount or a free consultation, some reason to call you. And then third would be just giving them a link or a QR code or something to a lead magnet page where you can collect their information and then have those automated systems do the follow-up for you. Now, some practice owners already do one or all three of those things, but they don't follow up necessarily afterwards. So the next step, I like to have some sort of a CRM, like customer relationship management reminder, or maybe your EMR has reminders, or you just put a note in your daily note that you'll see some way to remind yourself or your staff to remind themselves to ask about it afterwards. Maybe you see them the next week or 2 weeks later, and you say, hey, were you able to give that card to so-and-so? Just kind of, not like directly cornering them or anything, or, hey, did you get to see so-and-so and ask about their son's shoulder? And, we didn't hear from them. I just want to make sure we can help and get them back in the game if possible. But, just kind of like a sideways, just like throwing it out there just to remind you. A lot of times people they forget, life gets in the way, this isn't their top priority. So having that reminder to yourself to ask them can go a long way. You'll get a lot more follow through from them if you do that follow up. And then finally, something I alluded to before is having at least one, maybe even two automated emails. And all of our patients get a series of automated emails from, a few days before they come in for their first visit to probably 60 plus days after. And one or two of those emails, in our case one, but you can, I think, easily do this twice, is a direct ask of, thinking of someone who could use your help, and then offering, hey, here's our free report page where they can download some information. Or if they're in pain, you think they'd like to reach out directly to us and they can get started with a free consultation, then go ahead and forward them this email. And so you have those two options there, but compelling them on an automated basis to think about people that could use your services. And again, that has been a game changer email to have in my automated series for the last, now 13 years. It's been amazing. It's earned me, I'm sure, tens of thousands of dollars from people who have gotten that and responded to that email directly to us or called in saying that it got forwarded to them. It really is a game changer. So make sure you do download that at drjaredcarter.com/episode 22. When you see it, it's not going to be like, oh my God, this is some novel that changed my life. It's a very simple email, but it gets results. So make sure you download that and put it to work for your practice. So there, my friends, are a handful of tactics that are simple, quick, and easy to implement, in many cases completely free, that can at least double the amount of strong word-of-mouth referrals you're getting for your practice to convert those easily into cash pay patients. If you appreciated this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, drop those in the comment section below. Please share this with any colleagues you think could benefit. And until next episode, enjoy these related videos.